Casey at the bat. It looked extremely rocky for the Mudville nine that day. The score stood 6-4 with but one inning left to play. And so when Cooney died at first and Burroughs did the same, a pother wrenched the features of the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go, leaving there the rest with a hope that springs eternal within the human breast. For they thought if only Casey could get a whack at that, why they'd put up even money with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, and the likewise so did Blake. The former was a puddin', and the latter was a fake. So on the stricken multitude a death-like silence sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and the much-despised Blakey tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and they saw what had occurred, there was Blake a safe on second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from the glad multitude went up a mighty yell. It bounded from the mountaintops, it rattled in the dell, it struck upon the hillside, rebounded in the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was approaching to the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded as he wiped them on the shirt. And while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed from Casey's eye. The sneer curled Casey's lip. Now the leather-covered sphere comes hurtling through the air, but Casey stood a-watching it, a naughty gonder there. Close by the sturdy batsman the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," cried Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the bleachers black with people there rose a mighty roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone from the stands, and it's likely they'd have done it had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's vigilance shone. He stilled the rising tumult, and he bid the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and again the fierce void flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and the echo answered fraud. But one look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow cold and stern. They saw his muscles strain. Why, they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. And now the leather-covered sphere comes hurtling through the air. No, I goofed. Ready? And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Ah, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. Somewhere bands are playing, and somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there's no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.